Alright, now that we have learned how to do some intricate design work to build things such as phone cases or Christmas villages, or even just how to do that precise box, let's go ahead, let's design something practical. Today we're going to actually be trying to design a a flathead screwdriver. So to do that, we need to do a few things first. Instead of using our rectangle tool, we will be using our circle tool. Now remember, your circle tool will give you the dimension and its radius. So the radius is from the midpoint or the center point outwards. And we need to make that fairly small. So let's think about the size of a normal screwdriver handle. You know, it's not very big. It's only maybe an inch tops. So what we're going to have to do is do 1/2 inches. And you can see it looks like it's disappeared when in fact it hasn't. We just again have to do that zoom extents. And there it is. Alright, so now we have our circle that we can get started on. You know, when I think about especially a craftsman screwdriver, it actually has grips. So instead what I can do is I'm going to use my polygon tool. Let me change my view here. So I'm orbiting up. I'm going to use this tool here. It's called my polygon tool. I'm actually going to click on the center point and I'm just going to drag it out like that. Now what I can do is go in and erase just those lines outside of there. And this is kind of cool. What's happening is I have this to the correct size that I want, and now I've just created a grip to the handle. Alright, so we need to think about how long the grip actually is. So I have a ruler here with me, and when I'm thinking about holding a screwdriver, you know, it fits kind of nicely in my palm. My palm is then only about 3 inches tall. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take that push-pull tool, and I'm going to just drag it up, and I'm going to type in 3 inches. Enter. Okay, I'm going to zoom extend so I can see the whole thing. You can see that's fairly tall from our perspective right now. So I'll zoom up here. And that would be for a full-size screwdriver handle. Maybe we want to make it a little shorter. I'm actually going to make mine shorter so it'll print out nicely. Remember, our print height can only go up to 9 inches. So instead of 3 inches, I'm going to say, let's make this, what would be a good length? Let's make it something I can use. So I'm going to actually make it 2 inches. And then I just want to double check that, so I'm going to use my measurement tool, check it. Ooh, and I came up actually under to 1 inch. And the reason for that was that it was taking 2 inches away. So I'm just going to start over again. I hit Control Z to get this point. I'm just going to go to 2 inches. Perfect. Alright, now what I need to do is take my circle tool. I'm going to need to find the center point. But if I look at this, and I'll even zoom in so you can see this, I can't just take my circle tool and find the center point. That's a little harder to do. So instead, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take actually we'll use the ruler tool here. And I should be able to do that. So I just went from one corner to the next. And all that's done is it's given me a midpoint, which I can see lines up perfectly with my blue axis. I'm going to take that, and now I have a good area to draw a circle. Now I made my circle only 1/4 inch. That's 1/4 quotation mark. And the reason for that is because it's going to be a 1/2 inch long. So this is a 1/4 inch here, but from here to here is a 1/2 inch. That's actually a pretty good height. Now I'm going to use my push-pull tool, and I'm going to drag this up, and we'll just make it a short little screwdriver. Maybe it's something that I can use to actually get some finer points in. I'm just going to take here, and I'm just going to draw these lines there. And then I should be able to take my move tool. Oh. I'm going to need to create a flatter point. And what's going to happen, oops, went too far back. What's going to happen is I'm going to need to build kind of that flat head up here. And that's going to take a little bit longer to do, but that's okay. So instead what we're going to have to do is actually create a box in here. Now you're thinking maybe we should use the box tool, and you would actually be correct. That's going to be easier for us in the long run. Let's get rid of that hiss from the speaker. Alright, so let's go from here to here. We want to make sure this stays within the actual plane here, so within this circle. What we're then going to do is we're going to give ourselves a flathead screwdriver by actually creating kind of like a pitched roof. Unfortunately, we can't use what we would normally do to make a pitched roof because it is on that curved surface, so the flat part here is considered a curved surface. Rotate around so we can see that I have kind of part of that done right now, and I'm going to finish it off like that. Alright, and then maybe I want to try and extend it. So now I have a nice flattened point for my screwdriver. Go around and remove that line. And if I zoom out, there is my screwdriver. A nice flat-headed screwdriver. You can try making a Phillips head the same way. So instead of one of these, you would then add another one, just going crossways there. But that is how you can make a practical screwdriver to be 3D printed. In terms of actually printing this, when it would be time to do it, we would actually have to do a very dense infill. So it makes it a very thick screwdriver. So instead of what's normally done at 15%, we might want to load it all the way up to 50%. And that's just how much plastic would be going in there. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below this video, or you can reach me at wvan@emmanuelstcharles.net. As always, thanks for watching.